Sometimes, the scariest part of the apocalypse isn't the monsters. It's the moment when people decide you're not worth saving. On an ordinary morning in South Korea, a father and daughter board a high-speed train heading to Busan. It should be a simple trip, a birthday visit, a few awkward conversations, a quiet ride across the country. Instead, that train becomes a sealed battleground where humanity itself is put on trial. This is Train to Busan. The film opens with subtle dread. A truck driver accidentally hits a deer on a rural road. The animal lies broken and lifeless, until it suddenly stands back up, its neck twisted unnaturally, eyes empty. Without a word, the movie warns us that something has already gone wrong. We cut to Seoul, where Seok-woo, a successful fund manager, lives a life built on efficiency and emotional distance. He is divorced, constantly working, and largely absent from the life of his young daughter, Suan. Even when he is physically present, his attention is always elsewhere on his phone, his job, his next meeting. On Suan's birthday, Seok-woo gives her a gift she already owns, proving how little he truly pays attention. Instead of getting angry, Suan quietly asks for just one thing. She wants to go to Busan to see her mother. Reluctantly, Seok-woo agrees. It feels like a small decision. In reality, it seals their fate. Early the next morning, they arrive at Seoul Station. In the background, news broadcasts mention riots, chemical leaks, and violent incidents across the country. Soldiers rush through the station. People argue. Screens glitch with emergency alerts, but no one stops to watch. Everyone boards the train anyway. As the doors begin to close, a wounded woman stumbles onto the train at the last second. She is bleeding, panicked, and clearly unwell. No one helps her. No one asks questions. She collapses in the bathroom. Moments later, her body convulses violently. Bones crack. Her eyes roll white. She is infected. When a train attendant checks on her, the woman attacks without hesitation. The bite is savage, and within seconds, the victim transforms as well. The infection spreads with terrifying speed. These are not slow zombies. They scream, they sprint, they swarm. Panic erupts throughout the train as passengers run blindly, pushing and trampling each other. Seok-woo grabs Suan and runs, barely managing to slam a door shut before infected bodies crash against the glass. Inside the next car, a group of survivors gathers in shock. Among them are Sang-hwa, a tough, outspoken man traveling with his pregnant wife, Song-kyung, a high school baseball team, 2 elderly sisters, a homeless man who mutters warnings, and Yeon-suk, a selfish executive whose fear immediately outweighs his humanity. As the infected continue to assault the train, the survivors begin to notice patterns. The infected respond aggressively to sound and movement. In darkness, they become confused, nearly blind. This knowledge becomes their only weapon. The train stops at Daejeon Station, where authorities claim the situation is under control. For a brief moment, hope returns. Then the doors open. The station is already lost. Soldiers lie dead. Civilians are being torn apart. The survivors barely escape back onto the train as hordes flood the platform. Busan is now the only destination left. During the chaos, the survivors are split across different train cars. Sang-hwa's pregnant wife is trapped on the opposite side, surrounded by infected. Determined to save her, Sang-hwa insists on pushing forward. Seok-woo hesitates, but ultimately joins him. To reunite with their loved ones, they must crawl through dark, silent train cars, packed with motionless infected. Every breath is controlled. Every step is measured. One wrong sound could mean death. In one terrifying moment, a soda can was accidentally stepped on, triggering a violent outbreak as the infected surge toward the noise. Sang-hwa holds them back with raw strength, slamming bodies aside while others escape. This moment is real, brutal, and unforgiving. This is where Seok-woo begins to change. No longer focused only on himself and his daughter, he starts protecting strangers, thinking ahead, and taking responsibility. While others fight to save each other, Yeon-suk spreads fear. He convinces survivors that anyone outside their group might be infected. He manipulates panic to justify cruelty. When Seok-woo and the others finally reach what appears to be a safe car, they beg to be let inside. Yeon-suk screams that they are infected. People listen. The doors are slammed shut. Suan watches adults choose fear over compassion. and breaks down in tears. Not because she is scared, but because she understands something the others refuse to accept. Rejected once again, Seok-woo's group is forced to crawl through even more dark cars filled with infected. This time, there is no fighting, only silence. They move inch by inch. They cover their mouths. They freeze at every sound. A single sneeze nearly kills them all. Eventually, the selfish survivors who locked them out are overrun by infected victims of their own cruelty. One elderly sister, having lost her sibling due to their choices, opens the door and allows the infection to flood the car, ending the nightmare. Elsewhere on the train, the baseball team faces its own tragedy. Strong and confident at first, they are quickly overwhelmed. One by one, teammates are bitten. Friends watch helplessly as friends transform. One young boy refuses to abandon the girl he loves. When she turns, he lets her bite him. Love does not survive the infection. In an attempt of running from the infected, Yeon-suk fell, struggled with an infected but escaped. Only 3 remain now: Sok, Woo, Soo-an, and the pregnant Song-kyung. They reach the engine car, where the conductor is still alive and desperately trying to do his job. He explains that the tracks near Busan are damaged and the train must be slowed manually. For a moment, it feels like hope. Then Yeon-suk returns, injured, desperate, and infected. Yeon-suk attacks in blind rage. In the struggle, he bites Seok-woo. The infection enters instantly. Seok-woo says nothing. He knows his fate. Summoning his last strength, Seok-woo fights Yeon-suk and throws him off the train. The threat is gone, but the cost is final. As the train slows, Seok-woo hides his wound and kneels in front of Soo-an. He apologizes for everything, for missing her recital, for choosing work over love, for not being present when she needed him. He tells her how to survive. He tells her he loves her. Soo-an begs him not to go. He hugs her one last time. Seok-woo steps off the moving train, sacrificing himself so she can live. Then, remembering holding her as a baby, Seok-woo took his own life by falling off the train. The train finally arrives in Busan. Soldiers aim their guns, prepared to kill anything infected. Soo-an steps forward. She begins to sing the same song she once practiced for her father, the one he never heard. Her voice breaks through the tension. The soldiers lower their weapons. Humanity survives. Soo-an and Song-kyung walk out alive, one carrying grief, the other carrying new life. Train to Busan is not just a zombie movie. It is a story about choice. When the world collapses, some people choose fear, some choose selfishness, and some choose love even when it costs everything.